Right, so like, follow and subscribe. Today's daily coding challenge is this, which is really about the order of operations. And what we have here are two variables, result 1 and result 2. And they've got the same numbers in them, but on the top one over here, we've got these brackets, and that's kind of like the key difference. We've got these two brackets over here, and in the bottom one, we don't have brackets. And really, this is just about normal math. So it's how Python deals with normal mathematics, but the reality is that pretty much all languages deal with normal mathematics in the same way. And what does that actually mean? It's the order of operations. So if I just zoom in a little bit, so Control plus 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 a few times, the order of operations. And basically the way that it goes is that we have the multiplications and the divisions that go first, and then the additions and subtractions that go afterwards. But prior to all of these, brackets takes preference over all of these. So if something's in brackets, that will be computed first, and that's pretty much ubiquitous across all coding languages. So let's just go and recreate this here. So our first variable, so just press that, let's zoom in one more time. Our first variable is result, and it's going to be result 1, and our numbers are 15 minus 2 times 3, so it's 15 minus 2, and then multiplied by 3. And I'm just going to copy this over because the format's pretty much exactly the same, and actually it's going to highlight something, so we'll have result 2, which is that this 15 minus 2 is inside the brackets just like that. So that's kind of like the key difference effectively. Now what's going to happen in the top one is that, as we've said here, the order of operations, the brackets get treated first. So 15 minus 2 is 13, and then we've got 13 times 3, and 13 times 3 is 39, I believe, and I'm hoping that it was so we're checking for something actually, so that's fine. So this one here is actually should evaluate to being 39, and maybe we'll get to see this, and I just put a tab there just so it's a bit clearer. And this one here is 15, but then it's minus 2 times 3, and 2 times 3 is 6, so this will be performed first because there's no brackets in here. The order of operations, the multiplication gets performed before the subtraction. So 2 times 3 is 6, and 15 minus 6 is 9. So just tab that across, and we've got 9. And the actual question was this, which is, what does the print of result 1 double equals result 2 means? And the double equals is checking for the logical equals. So is result 1 equal to result 2? And I believe that it's not equal to result 2 because of the order of operations. The result 1, I believe it's 39, and result 2 I believe is 9, so they're not equal to each other. Therefore that should evaluate to false, so the output should be A. Now you could think, well, if it was true, if these two things were equal, then the answer would be true. I'm not sure that there's any case that you'd ever get none, and you might possibly think, well, you know, if these two things aren't equal, maybe it throws you an error. But I believe that the answer should be A. But just before we actually even do that, let's just print result 1 and also print result 2, just like that, and we can actually see them, and we see that they're not equal to each other, and we see that it's exactly as we believe, which is the brackets come first in the order of operations for the purpose of the calculation. Now the next bit is this, which is result 1 double equals result 2, and that's checking that if effectively, now that we know this already because we've exposed our evaluations, but 39 is equal to 9, and we know that that's not true, so that's going to return us back a false effectively. So if we do the print of result 1 double equals result 2, so it's logically equal to result 2, and then just run this little piece of code, we should get our third piece back, which indeed returns false. So this is the logical equals and the order of operations, and that's today's daily coding challenge. And if you like this video, found it useful, click on the like, subscribe and follow button and forward on to other people. And that's it, the order of operations.